These are the biggest reasons why I'm not thinking about only having my own standalone website. Selling arts and crafts online. Should you have your own website? Today I'm going to talk about the 7 cons, the reasons why you shouldn't have your own website. If you missed it, last week we spoke about the pros, the good points of having your own website. But there's some bad points and they kind of mirror some of the good points. So let's dig into these. Firstly, branding. We mentioned you can do your own branding if you're on your own website. You can make it look and feel however you want. But that's a really big white space you've got. Branding, graphic design, all of these things are things that experts do. It is really, really, really easy to make something look terrible, to look cheap and nasty. It can be really challenging to design something beautiful looking and memorable. Con number 2 is fees. You think you're getting away with not paying the Etsy, eBay and Amazon fees. You're not. Firstly, the transaction fee is still going to be a thing. However you're selling your items, the people have to get the money to you. And a transaction fee is quite a large percent of the fees you were getting on the other sites. But on top of that, you've got website hosting, purchasing the domain name, and perhaps if you don't know what you're doing, then also website building. And that can run into the thousands of pounds to get a decent website built. Con number 3, and this is the scary one, hackers. We said it's possible that your shop could get shut down on another platform. Your website could get hacked, there could be glitches, apps might break, and whatever you're using, whatever shopping cart you're using can break. It's happened. And unless you're paying very expensive people to look after your website, the buck stops with you. Do you know what to do if your website gets hacked? I don't. Con number 4 is SEO is all your responsibility. It sounded great, didn't it? If you have your own website, then you're not, all the people that you're driving from all your other places aren't landing on Etsy or eBay and building up their traffic and potentially getting sales from there. But it's not as simple as that. If you've got your own shop, you're the very tiny fish in the very big puddle of Google. Imagine Etsy like a shopping mall. It's a big place, but lots of people come out there because they know of it. There's lots of footfall. So if you have a halfway decent shop, you can entice more people in than you could have got just advertising for yourself. And going out on your own is quite a lot like having a tiny shop on a back street in a town that nobody goes to. It's way harder to build your name, to build your brand, to get people to come, because there isn't that free extra footfall. You've got to stand out in the crowd all for you. And Google SEO is hard. In fact, you're going to be competing against Etsy and eBay. If you search for your kind of products, chances are you're going to be taken to the Etsy marketplace page. You're not going to be taken to an individual shop, whether it's an Etsy shop or someone's own website. Con number 5 with advertising is, again, you're responsible for it all. Advertising is huge and difficult. Understanding how to target the correct market, how to track how your ads are doing and how to improve on them. This is a massive full-time job for experts, and places like Etsy take this off of our hands. In fact, the Etsy offsite ads, although sounded like a little bit of a con, are actually great. There are advertising experts out there taking our items out there. And they're taking the risk as well. If we don't make any sales, then they've paid the Google cost per click. They've paid to be seen on Facebook. They've paid for all of this and we don't get charged a penny. So somebody else is doing the hard work for us there. And wait, there's more than 5 and you're going to want to hear these next 2. So number 6 is the big one that scares me quite a lot. It's the legal, it's the taxes, it's all that responsibility. You'll have seen over the years, if you're on any platform, that things are changing. Now, websites have to collect tax and remit it to different areas. If you buy from a certain area, then they pay tax on your behalf. There's all sorts of changes with Brexit and the European Union as well. I don't know what any of these things are. I don't know what the rules are in many countries. But if I'm with a site like Etsy, then they have the team to go in and find out and do it for us and try and keep us legal. And they also have our back if we mess up. I know in the past I heard that terrible advice that of course you could use Disney characters just as long as you've drawn them yourself or created them yourself, then it's absolutely fine to copy someone else's work. And I put some Jack Skellingtons up in my shop. It's not totally fine to do that. But I didn't have Disney come chasing me down. They went to Etsy and said, take this thing down. Etsy took the thing down. They didn't even give me a slap on the wrist. It was just taken down and be like, you can't use that anymore. If Disney had come for me personally on my own website, that would have been a bit scary. So these platforms have our back to an extent in the scary, scary legal stuff. And number 7 is customer confidence. Again, another super big one. If you have your own website, you're probably going to have to pay for ads to drive traffic. And one good place to pay for ads to drive traffic is Facebook. There's a lot of people there. Have you bought stuff on Facebook recently? It is such a big risk. In fact, hold on. These are the biggest reasons why I'm not thinking about only having my own standalone website. So let me explain. In the spring, when it was really hot, a friend of mine shared a Facebook ad that looked awesome. It was for a dog paddling pool. The price was okay. It wasn't too cheap as to make me nervous about it, but I trusted it because a friend had shared it with me. And I looked at the sizes and I thought, I only have a small dog. It's a bit of a risk. I only have a small dog, so I'm going to try a 90cm paddling pool. 4 months later, well beyond the time that I can dispute this on PayPal, my item finally turned up. It's good quality if my dog's a hamster. This would have been awesome at 90cm. As it is, no, it's a total waste of time. But wait, that's not all. Of course, I was stupid enough to fall for the same thing twice. Coming onto winter, I wanted a decent pair of winter boots that looked a bit cool. And I'd been looking around, and obviously once you start looking at places for boots, then Facebook ads target you and all you see is boots. And I saw this gorgeous pair of boots. Editing me, pop them in here. I saw this lovely looking pair of boots, and again the price wasn't too bad. It was what you would expect for boots on sale. So yes, I bought them, and they took a really long time to come again. And remember this gorgeous thing? When they came, they were in a bag that was like about this size, and I thought, that is weird for fur-lined gorgeous winter boots. Strange. And as soon as I opened them, there was a very chemically plastic smell coming off. I thought, yeah, these leather boots ain't so leather to me. And I was going to say, I don't think I can show you how bad the quality is. A decent pair of leather boots shouldn't be able to do that at all. They are very thin, faux fur lined. They have these horrible fake brass buckle things. There's no beautiful zip up them, so there's no way to actually open them and fasten them. They're just kind of saggy, horrible boots, and they've got this horrible, really flat sole. And with these ones, I was within time I could dispute this on PayPal. So I wrote to the company and complained, and I filed a complaint on PayPal. The company got back to me and said they would refund me when I returned the boots to them at my expense. And I thought, this is not good enough. I am not being out of pocket for being lied to. So contacted PayPal, but PayPal said the exact same thing. I had to, at my expense, return these boots. And not only that, I was being more careful after the paddling pool incident. So I checked. These boots were in a co.uk site. I thought they were coming from the UK. The FAQ said they were shipping from local. I paid in pounds. I really didn't think I was ordering from China. And no shade implied on China. I just wanted boots from the UK. I also would have been more covered with regulations if they'd come from the UK while we were still in the EU. So now, if I see a beautiful advert on Facebook, if I see something I like the look of, I go and see if I can find that on eBay or Etsy or Amazon. I try and find that somewhere that isn't the website that the ad directed me to, because at least I've got some protection. If I buy something that's terrible on eBay, I can kick up a stink, and yeah, I can really they will have covered my back, and these shops would have been shut down. So while I think there are pros to having your own website, and it's something you can do in conjunction to having your online store in some of these other places, I do not think you should be aiming to only have your own website. I think having an online store is not only a great way to build up when you're brand new, but it still even covers your back and gives you an extra way of customers to find you when you're well established. So, do I think you should have your own website? If you want to. It's not mandatory, but I definitely don't think it should be the only thing you have. Hope that helps. See you next time.